Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 29th of August. I'm going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot today. Let's see what these cards want you to know about Sunday. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times and I'm going to choose 3 cards to see what the day is all about and what's going on. So let me do that. Okay, so the first card is the Moon, the 5 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm getting the message that you have the opportunity today to make a new friend or to socialize or to be there for another person, to fall in love. But the problem is that you've been there before and you've been hurt. So you see the opportunity and you become afraid and you think, oh, should I really open myself up and take a risk? Or should I shut down and avoid the pain of a possible relationship breakup or going through this whole process again? There may be an unwillingness to take an emotional risk. But the message is that we've got so much water here and the moon. In astrology, the moon rules Cancer, which is a water sign as well. And the cards are saying that instead of going into fear and letting yourself be put off or shutting down, instead use your intuition and let that guide you. Do take an emotional risk, exercise some discipline and say, do you know what, I'm willing to believe that there is love out there, that there are good things coming my way. And by doing that, you really open yourself up to a new beginning when it comes to your love life, to your relationship. So it's a really good day for your relationships, but there may be a need to give yourself an emotional push to get there. It doesn't just appear, it's not handed to you on a silver platter. So the moon is the 18th card in the major arcana, and it says, because you've been around for a little bit, you've got some experience, you know how certain things in life go, and other things that are challenging and difficult, what you're good at and what you're not so good at. And when it comes to starting new pathways or new adventures in life or trying something new, because you've had other experiences, some of them positive and some of them negative, you may be a little bit more reluctant to start all over again because you know what could go wrong. So it's your experience that shows you how many things need to click into place for you to make progress. And it's the fear and the doubt that those things aren't going to happen and that you're going to become overwhelmed, that the whole thing is really difficult. So it's a question between, am I in fear or am I in faith? And if you have faith today that things can work out positively and you keep going despite the doubts and the fear, you get to the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is a card that usually is associated with grief. Usually we've got someone cloaked and shrouded in black, and they're looking at 3 cups which have spilled and 2 cups which are still upright. In this deck, we have a whole bunch of cups. One's in the water, one's been knocked over. This one still has 2 fish in it, that one has 2 fish in it. So it's a little bit more chaotic. So the card is saying that when it comes to your feelings and your fears and faith, you may be all over the place and it may be minute by minute. You know, it's not like you wake up and you're on the exact same emotional note for the rest of the day. It means that at certain times you can feel like you're very grateful and you've got everything you need in the world and you're very content. Then you could focus on a major loss and you may feel despair and like nothing good is ever going to happen again, or that the whole thing has gone adrift and you've lost control of it and you're lamenting that something didn't work out the way you wanted. And then again, you'll be enchanted by another opportunity. So it's major ups and downs in terms of your feelings. And the way to navigate that is to have faith that something good is going to supersede all the other emotional states. So focus on something that does give you pleasure, like in this card, something that you would symbolize as a cup that's full of water with the fish still in there having a good time. So when you hit one of those emotional high points during the day, Focus on that, stick with that, and see where it leads you without putting a lot of judgment or fear into it. So when you find yourself shutting down and saying, oh, okay, I like this person that I've just met, there could be a relationship here, but I really don't want to get myself in a position where I can be hurt again, let me kind of pull back a little bit. You know, we notice when we're doing these kind of things, it's like when you're shaking someone's hand and the other person can't wait to pull their hand away, you know, with the handshake. These are things that we pick up on. So it's kind of like that. When you feel yourself retreating within, then just pay attention to that and say, do you know what? I'm not going to retreat. I'm going to move ahead with this. And then you enter this bubble where you can see these three mermaids all meeting up, coming from different directions, and they meet in the center and they cheers and they have a good time and they celebrate. So it's about popping that emotional bubble of fear and going through it and into it and kind of not letting the fear stop you, but rising above it, going beyond it. And that's where you're really going to connect with people who are like-minded, where there is the real potential for a new relationship to form. And it gives you this instant sense of recognition because you all get to the same place. You meet there at one specific moment in time, and it's a shared experience that you'll remember. So there's a really important moment coming up today that's going to serve as a memory. So the first time we met, we were sitting across from each other, or when I went to this group, I didn't have any expectations, but then I met Susan or whatever it is, and then my whole life changed. It's that kind of vibe. It's doing something where you're uncertain and you may be a little bit reluctant, but you do it anyway because you trust that good things can come of this, even though they seem unlikely. And you continue on and you really get to a place of celebration and where something new comes into your life, or some sort of relationship takes on a life of its own and it enriches your everyday experience. So the question between fear or faith is really, really important today, and try and attach yourself to something that says you don't know everything, something good could happen, and kind of ride that wave for the majority of the day. And you're not going to have to pay so much attention to the emotional ups and downs. Number-wise, we've got 18 and 5, that's 23, and another 3 is 26. 3 and 5 is 8, and 18 is 26. 2 and 6 is 8, and 8 is power and strength in numerology. So you have the emotional strength to really choose. You can go into grief and despair, or you can stay in gratitude and contentment and faith. And that's really the important thing. It's your emotional strength, and it's your ability to manage your own perspective and your expectations to a certain degree, and to keep on a good track there. And that's going to take you to a very, very good place that you could miss if you're stumbling around in the dark, fearful, and trying to navigate all these trivial little things that don't really mean anything. So keep your eye on the big picture and move towards something really positive. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, and the 8 as well, if you manage to, or if you struggle to manage your own feelings, like if you're a little bit up and down anyway, you'll find a new way of managing your emotions in a way that's consistent and that you'll be able to use in future. So it can be a new beginning in terms of your own relationship to your feelings. So that's super helpful, because we all have to learn these kind of tools for ourselves. You know, if I'm feeling anxious, meditation might help. For someone else, it may be to go for a jog. But you don't know that until you've tried different things and the things that work for your system. It comes with a whole bunch of rules and things that work and don't work. It's just about discovering everything we can about ourselves so that we can use these tools and then reach for them when we need them, like on days like this. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal reading. So if you have any questions about your love life or your life purpose, your career, moving, when is a good time to apply for a new job or to change jobs or to sell the manuscript. If you have any questions at all, please just get in touch for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.